Welcome back to Sub-Zero Hero. So after the draw in Glasgow in the last episode, you lot down in the comments thought that we stood a good chance of going through. I am not so sure, and primarily it's because of the pace and the power that these two frontmen have. Dylan Munro and Neil McCormack. Between them are valued more than £30 million and paid as much as our starting 11. I've got a feeling this is going to be a tricky little encounter. So not that I'm doom-mongering or anything, but I have been checking out what's going to happen to us if we lose this tie. I can see that if we win it, we will definitely be in the group stages of the Champions League. What I cannot see is what our fate will be if we lose. But taking real life as a template, I think Steven Gerrard's Rangers lost to Malmo at this stage, didn't qualify for the Champions League group stages, but have now dropped into a qualifier for the Europa League group stages. So I'm crossing fingers that that's the fate that will await us if we will lose. However, let's not get ahead of ourselves. We've not lost the game yet, but with a squad that has £10 million plus players in every single position, I'm not confident. However, we've played one game since the tie in Glasgow, and it went okay. So the only game we've played since the last episode was a routine 2-0 victory over Kristiansund. It was an away game, and we've stayed down there because Kristiansund is actually the venue for tonight's game against Rangers. Don't let the fact that it's a 19-hour bus ride away deter you. This is apparently the closest ground we can play at that is up to UEFA's European ground standards. So we're going to be playing there tonight. We left it late in this game. I say late. It was around the hour mark. We tried to rotate pretty much the entire squad, apart from the centre-backs, who we don't really have backup at the moment. Their backup players are both injured. Everybody else came in. He's probably not going to be involved in the first 11 tonight, but at 0-0 we had to bring on Espen Larsen Pleam, and he banged in the 2 goals that got us the win. The other thing of note in this game was who was playing for Kristiansund, because we've loaned them both of their wing players. So Martin Vik did not have a great game, but he looks like he's getting regular game time over at Kristiansund and developing fairly well. And a player who I think came through in the same youth take as him is Kimmo Sikala, who I think is actually developing into a rather nice player. He's 2-footed. He can actually play in this right wing position that we're using in our 4-4-2 now. His technique and his dribbling are looking really good. Pace and agility developing pretty nicely. And I think if we're involved next season, we're going to be giving him some game time. Let's show you now how that's left the league table looking. So the league table is looking fairly encouraging now. Bodø Glimt went into this round of matches in second place, but they lost. So we've actually managed to extend our lead a little bit. Rosenborg have jumped back up to second place, but we are 12 points ahead of them with 30 left to play for. It means that we're cautiously optimistic that we might be able to go back-to-back with our titles. We're still in the Norwegian Cup as well, so there's a chance that we could do the double-double, but we know we want to make progress in the Champions League as well. And with that in mind, I'm thinking about a little tactical tweak ahead of tonight's game with Rangers. So aside from a couple of backup players, we've got pretty much everybody available. We're going with the 4-4-2. We ummed and ahed about the 4-3-3. It's probably the formation we should have played out there in Ibrox and didn't. But I think the 4-4-2 is the right formation to be playing at home with a couple of modifications. Rangers have got a lot of pace in their side. We showed you their strikers. Their wingers are quick as well. So we're thinking of pulling the lines back a little bit, at least for the first half, so that Rangers don't have as much space in behind us as maybe they did in the first leg in Ibrox. The other change we're thinking of making is up front, where rather than playing 2 advanced forwards, we're going to change one of them to a pressing forward to try and harry their back line, try and force some mistakes a little bit. Espen Larsen Pleam could play that role with his teamwork and his work rate, but he's got tackling of 2, so maybe we'll go with Christian Pettersson as the pressing forward. He's got good teamwork as well. The work rate's not quite as good, but certainly not terrible, and his tackling of 7 means that he might actually be able to win the ball once he's closed people down. We hold a very slender advantage going into this second leg. A goal for Rangers means that we're going to need to score if we're going to keep our dreams alive of qualifying for the Champions League group stage. Okay, we are underway. It's us that's playing in our home strip, so we are in the blue. Cross everything, people, because there is a chance, by the way, that if I've miscalculated, we lose this game and there is no Europa Cup to drop into. Well, this could be one of our final episodes of Sub-Zero Hero, because we did say that we're going to end this series once. Once we have not got a chance of further European progression, but what are we in? Still within the 3rd minute of the game, I think. And we have played a ball over the top. It's Jawad that's pinged one. Larson Pleem has struck it right from the edge of the box. And we've got a second goal early. Okay, we are back underway. That is the only chance of the game so far. And it is a dream start. We're attacking once more, but we've given the ball away in their box. And here is the pace and the dynamism of the Rangers front line that we were a little fearful of. If they get an away goal, by the way, it's all back in the balance. Jude Bellingham's popped up in the area. But thankfully, Jude knows to send that one well wide. We had a chat with him before the game, and he's been very obliging there. We've got a decent XG, by the way, from just 2 shots on goal. Approaching an XG of 0.5. That's not too bad. Rangers don't seem to have opened us up too much. Jude's having a little bit of a run inside. And this looks like another highlight for them. We've won the ball back, given it away again. And now Bratton's got it in midfield. It looks like those direct balls over the top might be a good little outlet for us today. One of the advantages of pulling our line of engagement down a little bit is it's going to leave more space, hopefully, behind the Rangers back line, just like this. And Christian Pettersson's running into it. He's got a lot of work to do. Skogvang Pettersson's backing him up. Fires another effort wide. That's 3 shots now for us. And it's not been an action-packed first half, but it has been one that's given us another goals advantage. Sturvold now gets it to Jurgensen and then gets it back. He's playing that playmaker role. We're in. Larson Pleem's got a second. I think it was Skogvang Pettersson that had the header. He struck the post and that gives us a 2-goal lead. And that makes things a little bit more comfortable. Now if Rangers score, we're still progressing through. It's also going to mean the Rangers are going to have to come at us a little bit because they're going to need to score twice now. If they do that, well, Rangers are going to win the tie on away goals, I think. So we're going to have to watch out for their inevitable reaction. We could do with just nursing this through to half-time and then reassessing. We're into the injury time now. We've made it. The referee has blown up. And we've got a pretty decent return for our first half efforts. We're going to get into the dressing room, warn the boys about complacency, check the fitness of the lads. And we're going to see you for a second pivotal 45 minutes. Okay, we're back underway. Fitness seems okay. Sturvold is the one to keep the eye on, I think. He's tired the most. The boys responded pretty well to the don't get complacent talk we gave them. Fingers crossed they will heed that warning. We've got another highlight straight from the kickoff. And we've used that space behind their back line again. And Chrissy Petz is in. He's thundered an effort towards their keeper. I think he saved it with a shoulder. And we're going to the corner spot. We're looking to play short, I think. It's Bratton. He's given it to Kirkvold. He's slung a ball in. That's easy to defend. We've picked it up just on the halfway line. We've got Jawad way out of position for a left back. But filling in over on the right, we've got Bratton now. We've gone wide. Jurgensen, you can see how advanced he is. Even when we've pulled our lines back. Pleem's in again. Can he get the ball over? Jurgensen's got it. Can he get the ball over? Nobody can get the ball across the 6-yard box. This highlight continues though. We've got the ball out to Sturvold now. He might be coming off around the 60-minute mark. Be good if he could create something. And Pettersson's in again. He's had 2 goes. 3. Oh, we had a chance there to put this tie to bed early in the second half. We've not been able to take it, but we've looked all right this game, haven't we? We've pulled those lines back. but we are still the team that's in the ascendancy. We're not leaving too much room behind us, I don't think. And we've got a lot of space to attack. We might have a bit of defending to do. And after this, I think we might be making some changes. Sturvold is the one we've got in mind. Maybe swapping him for an out-and-out winger. We've gone long again. We were looking for that space in behind. It wasn't there this time. 60 minutes on the clock. First change coming. This is a big 30 minutes. Okay, back underway. We've gone controversial with the sub. We had Judge Reinhold on the bench. But he likes to be a right winger in the more advanced slot. He doesn't really like playing as part of a midfield four. So we've tucked Christian Berntsen in there just as a wide midfielder, just to try and solidify us a little bit, because we don't need to go chasing the game. It's got us through 10 minutes without a highlight. But now we are back in. They've got the ball to Jude. He's 35 years old now. You've got to be doubting whether he can play the full 90 minutes, but he's still looking resplendent out there so far. And Rangers are patiently building up the play. The scout report said they like a controlled possession system. McCormack has fired an effort over the bar. And I think at around 75, we might be looking for our next change. We're going to let this highlight play out, see where we sit at the end of it. And then we've got another change to make. We've gone too long this time and given the ball away and had to work hard to bring it back. There is Berntsen, the wide midfielder. I've only given him a support duty out there as well. And Larson Pleam is the hat-trick hero. This boy loves European nights. He didn't show up for the away tie in Glasgow, but he has sure shown up for this one. And again, we are rolling back the years. A huge ball forward and a simple, coolly slotted finish. And the 4-4-2 does what the 4-4-2 does. We can have the luxury of another change now just to keep people fresh for our forthcoming league fixtures. I think we're going to make a brace of changes and then see you for the final 15. Okay, final two changes made. Roy the boys come up front for Espen Larsen Pleam. We can keep him ready for another day. And Jonas Skogvang Pedersen was looking pretty tired out on the left wing. So we brought on young Tristan Stangerby with his acceleration of 19. I'd imagine that is the last thing that the Rangers right back wants to see, getting subbed onto the pitch. Rangers have the ball though. Warburton's got it, trying to bake something up here. He's got it through to Munro. We've got three players around him. None of them can win it. And that is a little bit disappointing. Here is Warburton. And that is a tame effort from McCormack, surely. That can't be the highlight. It is. It's pretty much as good an opening as Rangers have mustered. Just like the first leg, they're strong in the last 20 minutes though, aren't they? They've got the ball through again. The Arctic Tiger has been rock solid back there today. And another effort has dribbled wide of the post. I think it got a nick. Certainly Rangers have been stung into life, but I fear it could all be a little bit late for them. The corners come in. Monnier's got the ball. And we should be able to see this game through now. Going into injury time. Well, Rangers are probably a little bit unlucky with this scoreline, but we've done what we needed to do. 3-0 on the night makes it 4-1 on aggregate. I think that deserves a little bit of praise. And now we're ready to go into the Champions League group stages. The first tie of that group stage is what we'll be coming back for next time. We're going to see who we get handed in the draw, and if we could sneak through as one of those top two teams into knockout competition, then I think I've achieved my aim of turning these domestic heroes into continental Sub-Zero heroes.